Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 4's Enuff podcast with your hosts, AB4 and Tracy. All right, welcome to 4's Enuff podcast. I'm your host, AB.
And I'm Tracy, his wife.
All right, today we got a lot of stuff to get into. We want to talk about Mr. Beast Burger, the Twisted Tea Smack, some Tom and Burt stuff. But first off, we want to get to know Tracy. All right, Tracy. First thing people want to know about you. Can you tell us a little bit about your daycare, Farmer in the Dale? How old were you when you went there? How long did you go? Was it a preschool or did you go after school?
Okay, Farmer in the Dale was in Kinston, where I grew up. The only thing I can tell you is that I know I finished in the 5th grade. Because I don't know when I started. I know I went there several years. Went there for after school, and then in the summer, we went there for the summer also. And in the summertime, we would put on performances.
Okay, tell me a little more about those performances.
Well, we would take the summer, and we would sing songs, learn the songs, and we would sometimes make up dances or hand gestures.
So mostly musical stuff.
No, pretty much. It was kind of a musical performance show.
Okay. Most of the stuff I got here, I think, is kind of in the good timeline. There might be a few things here and there that's out of the timeline.
Okay.
Softball. Did you play? Do you know anything about it?
I did play. I played recreation when I was younger in elementary school, probably 2 years. I don't remember a lot about that. But then I made the team in middle school. Did I play? Not really. I could play a little bit of outfield, barely catch the ball. And I would a lot of times pitch if I did anything. And I could hit the ball, but I wasn't very fast when it came to running.
It sounds like my son.
Oh, yeah, he definitely gets that from me.
I think I've heard you mention the 4-H club before.
Yes.
How old were you when you got into that?
Wow, I did 4-H for a long time. I guess technically you kind of age out when you turn 18, and that's what I did. But from elementary school, middle school, and high school, anything from cooking, sewing. Oh, good gracious, we did presentations on environmental topics. Anything and everything. 4-H was something I did most of my childhood.
Awesome. I've seen these pictures of you before with little tights on, and you were dancing. Tell me about your dance.
I danced on and off, again, from elementary school through high school. Not consistently, but on and off with different friends, different dance studios.
Now, is this more like booty dancing or ballet?
Well, not booty dancing like today's booty dancing, but we did jazz, which I'm not even sure is a type of dance these days.
Jazz hands?
Yeah, jazz hands. A little bit of ballet, something that they call lyrical. I wasn't very serious, and today dancing is definitely a sport.
That's why you always like to watch those Step It Up movies.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, the next thing here, roller skating. I know I've heard some stories about you putting on the roller skates. My first question is, did you put on the brown Bobos?
Of course, everybody starts in the brown Bobos, but I definitely love to skate, and so I was lucky. My parents got me speed skates. My very first pair were the black ones with the white stripes and the orange wheels, and later upgraded to some white ones, and I did some speed skating, and I loved it. Skating was one of the fun things that I loved doing.
So were you fast at speed skating?
Yes, no, yes. I was good. I could skate. I had good stamina. So I was good for things like relay and distance. And so when I started, I was not definitely the first off the starting block. But I could definitely do well.
All right. Next thing here I want to know about is your high school. Tell us where you went.
I went to North Lenore High School, Hawks, and yep, North Lenore High School, the Hawks.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 1994.
You didn't play softball?
No, I did not play softball in high school. I did not play sports in high school. I was on the yearbook staff. And I did a lot of activities outside of school, like dance and 4-H and so forth.
All right, so I've heard you say you went to France before.
Yes.
Wow. Were you in high school when you did that?
10th grade. 10th grade over spring break. It was an educational tour. We went to London and Paris.
Let's talk about some of your jobs that you've had before.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just going to name a few here that I know of. Monday and Monday.
Yes.
You were doing some CPA stuff.
Yes, yes.
Sylvan Learning Center. She was doing business stuff and teaching kids.
Yes, yes.
Now, am I mistaken? Did you say you did some sales before? Like maybe at was it a Hibbett Sports or?
I worked at a shoe show.
Okay, there you go. Shoe show.
Worked at a shoe show for a long time.
A waitress.
Waitress. Chinese food was my favorite. I loved a waitress Chinese food. Served Chinese food.
And another thing she did when I met her, she was the pet protector.
Yeah. Yep. High school and college, I would house sit and pet sit. Had a couple of customers. I did that for regularly for years.
Now, here's your favorite job that I want to hear about. I used to put on wrestling shows, and she was the door lady. You got any good stories?
I would let them in, and sometimes I wouldn't, and people were serious and excited and full of energy, and I met some of the best people I've ever met in my life running the door at our wrestling shows.
What can you tell me about your first car?
Oh, my first car was a 1984 Nissan Stanza. It was tan. My grandpa gave it to me.
All right. Was it good on gas?
It was a 5-speed, and I don't know about that kind of mess back then. I don't remember.
All right. The next question here. I remember one time you said a man flashed you. Can you elaborate? And it wasn't me.
Unfortunately, that actually happened 2 separate occasions. One time when I was working in a shoe show, a young man stuck his penis through his zipper and flashed me. And I saw it and screamed and ran away.
what's a better way to say, hey, I like you?
Unfortunately, he ended up having some mental differences, and this was one of the things that he had a situation with doing. And I guess he wasn't harmful, but I don't know.
All right, what's your second one?
Actually, I was at a car wash by my apartment in college, and I was washing my car, and there was a guy kind of on the other side of the parking lot watching me wash my car, and it looked like he was doing his business.
You mean like a number 2?
Having a good time watching me wash my car. He was having a good time.
All right. Let's get on to a little better subject here. You talked about high school. Now talk about college a little bit.
I went to LCC for 2 years, graduated, and then I went to ECU for 2.5 years and graduated.
All right. For PE, what'd you go for?
I actually got a liberal arts degree from LCC, which was a 2-year degree. Then I even also transferred to ECU, a degree in sociology, marriage and family, concentration, marriage and family.
I went to LCC also. I went to ECU also. I probably went long enough to be a doctor.
Yeah, you did.
But I got a PE degree out of it.
Yeah. I also went back to Pitt and got a 2-year accounting degree.
Good for you. All right. While you were in college, this is a story you told me vaguely. Did a dog chase you down and hump you?
This video seems very long. We might need to take a little break right quick.
Oh, we're at the end. Getting near it.
Yes. When I went to ECU, I lived in the dorms. At the time, was a dorm called Belk at the top of the hill. And I was out walking, talking with some friends. We were going to the dining hall, and a huge Rottweiler and his owner were walking, and the dog jumped up on me and greeted me, and greeted me with an extra hump or two before the owner could get him off of me.
So, you weren't on the ground?
No, I was standing up.
Oh.
And the dog jumped up.
Well, that's not too bad.
It was pretty bad.
I had kind of like that.
No. No. Thank goodness, no.
All right. The last subject here. Tell us everything you can about AB5.
Oh, AB5 is our son. He is wonderful. He's 12. He's into all kinds of sports. He is funny. He's a sweet, good kid. He's good-hearted, but he likes to make all kinds of noises and all kinds of stuff, and yells and plays video games, and that stuff drives me crazy.
All right. Well, we're going to get into some more stuff, like I said, in a little bit. Tracy's got to take a pee break. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Tracy has finally come back from her pee break. How was it?
Long.
Excellent. All right, we're going to talk about some Tom Segura. First off, subscribe to YMH Studios. You can watch Two Bears, One Cave, Your Mom's House, The Josh Potter Show, tons of other stuff. Wonderful station. But the main thing I want to talk about is the Tom Segura accident, Tracy. Let me hear your thoughts on it.
It is embedded in my brain. It was terrible. The sound, it was terrible.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at that. Okay, Tom's about to walk us through his injury and show us what happened.
I won before I injured myself. Like, it was just to, like, keep going. So this is what the winner looks like. Like, I won our competition. There's a moment when I first dunked. Roy goes, "Hey man, you got that Larry Johnson going." And I opened my bag. I had a Larry Johnson jersey in there because I was going to wear it during the dunk competition. Here's what I remember vividly that like kind of freaks me out when I remember it. They raise it up, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, right? And Roy pulls me aside, and he goes, "You're going to have to dig deep on this one." He goes, "You're going to have to reach for that inner Larry Johnson." And I felt an adrenaline rush. I should have almost like calmed down before I tried. I've heard lifters talk about it too. You know, if they go like, you get too hyped for a big lift, or you can get too hyped up. So I remember being hyped up, and I was like, I'm just gonna jump and see what happens. You okay? You okay?
Obviously, it's a bad situation. All right. Yeah, it's tough. He's got a long road ahead of him.
Yes, I think he had some nerve damage in his arm.
Yeah,
It was twisted all the way behind his back and right back there, and oh man.
when I was watching Josh Potter, it said, you know, you're a little too old to be going out there and playing basketball. That's not a good idea. You might get hurt.
Well, you know, he was actually doing better than Bert for most of the basketball game. And then I think he was trying to dunk, and 40-year-olds just can't dunk these days, I guess.
He looked better than Bert, which was a little surprising to me, because Bert has the Mickey Mantle gene.
Right. That natural athleticism.
Yes, and he can just drink all day, wake up and do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into something else here. Mr. Beast made a video where he gave out free food and money.
Let's take a look at the video.
All right, there's Chris and Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is actually giving away burgers and money in this video here. But what people didn't know is that these burgers is actually a business that he started for these local restaurants. And it's been a hot commodity, hard to get your hands on. Can't wait to taste it.
Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get our hands on Mr. Beast burgers yet.
Yeah, we really wanted to have a taste test right here on the air, but they won't deliver to us. We're a little out of the circle there, a little too far. But we can always talk about Mr. Beast. So we don't have much to say about the Mr. Beast burger other than I want a Chandler style with no cheese.
Yeah, probably. That's what I'll get also,
But,
if we can ever get our hands on them.
Since we can't talk about the burger, let's talk about Mr. Beast's show.
Yes.
Who's your favorites up there?
I'm going to go with Chris.
Okay. I actually like Carl the best.
Yeah, Carl's kooky for sure.
And I just think it's awesome that there's the kids. Mm-hmm. They're right here from Greenville, North Carolina, where we're from.
Yep, that's right.
Doing great things.
A couple of summers ago, they were doing a dodgeball video.
The largest dodgeball game in the world.
At ECU. And actually, we were getting ready to head to Charlotte. Our son was playing baseball. And they came by and asked us if we wanted to go over to ECU, but we couldn't. Because we were heading out to Charlotte to go play baseball and win the state and district tournaments. So
yeah. That would have definitely been a good time if we could have did that.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing we want to talk about, Twisted T Smack. Now, that's a little viral video. Tracy, do you know what I'm talking about here?
Yes.
All right. Let's go on down and watch the video. Oh, this guy's such an idiot. Regardless of him keep using the N-word, even if he hadn't, I mean, this guy would have deserved to catch this beat down. Hilarious. Look, right now he's like, smack me, smack me. Dude's like, okay. All right, here it goes. Started from the bottom, then it was here. Wham! The first thing I got to say is that's hilarious.
Ooh.
The guy got what he deserved.
For sure.
Luckily, that's all he got.
Right.
Now, he was saying, well, the N-word, and even if he hadn't have said that, the way he was acting, you just wanted to smack him anyway.
For sure.
You know? But then even with that, I mean, it's just like, man, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely a good viral video.
I'm going to tell you what, that dude was dazed and confused before and even more after. And he was hurting for days.
And now, after I say all that, let me take up for the guy in a certain aspect.
Okay.
He's probably just an idiot.
Yeah.
He probably wasn't trying to say it disrespectful to the guy.
He probably has some friends that him and his friends say it.
But you can't say that to somebody you don't know.
Exactly.
You know, oh my God.
I mean, yeah, he definitely, you know, and I don't know if he was just an idiot or at
might
times,
be a little alcohol
yeah,
involved.
definitely,
Yeah.
he was inebriated somehow.
Yeah.
But I bet he won't do it again.
Twisted Tea might owe them guys some money because that's a pretty good commercial.
Yeah. I bet their sales have definitely gone up.
All right. That's been 4's Enuff Podcast. I'm AB. This is Tracy.
See you later.